Here we are, guys. We are back at Eccles Interchange. The sign says there that is Georgetown. There's the Hags Bosch landfill. East Coast Public Road. Now this is the, as I said again here, there is another hole in the road, and to be able to get around it, I have to step around traffic on the highway, traffic in the fast lane. But we are finally at the Eccles Interchange. So right ahead of us, straight ahead of us, that is the roundabout at Eccles. There you can see the Jaguar standing in the center of that pool. We're going to take a look at it in a minute. But here, this is the East Coast Bypass Road at Eccles. So this is where the East Coast Bypass Road meets Eccles Interchange. It's a lot of dust and sun and sand blowing up along the road, but it seems to have made some progress. Let's take a look at the progress they've made on the East Coast Bypass Road here at Eccles. It seems as if the surface of the road has been completed at this end. In other words, they've covered the surface of the road with asphalt and tar. Right, the road surface has been prepared. They've also installed the street lights, right? So you can see the long line of street lights on the East Coast Bypass Road here at this end of this is the western end. Remember, we walked from East Coast Public Road to Ogle Airport. Now we're at the other end of that East Coast Bypass Road, and this is actually about 7 miles from where we started. As you can see, Saturday morning, and the workers are preparing to start working. It's about 7:30, maybe 8 on a Saturday morning, and traffic is already using this road now. This is the intersection with Heroes Highway, and straight ahead that is the continuation to Bagotstown. So we took a walk along the Bagotstown Road in the previous video. We walked the entire length of that road. So you want to take a look at it, go check the archives. And this is the interchange, this is the intersection. Now, I've said in previous videos that this is not necessarily the best solution, the intersection of several highways. There should be an overpass. Instead, what they've built is these concrete structures, again in the center of the highway. Huge concrete structures and an open drain, right? So this is the drain in the center of the highway, now covered with garbage. There is no need for this structure in the center of the highway. It's poor design. On the other side, there is another, see, a concrete structure in the center of the road with an open drain. Here is trucks crossing several lanes of traffic. Right, this trucks crossing several lanes of traffic, heading towards the East Coast Bypass Road. Right, that's the East Coast Bypass Road in the distance. And there's trucks coming off of East Coast Bypass Road here, heading towards Heroes Highway. Right, that's Heroes Highway. So what you have is unnecessary confusion. Too many crossing lanes of traffic. Right, there's crossing lanes of traffic from every direction. And all of this confusion could be prevented with a simple overpass. Overpass with entrance ramps, on ramps and off ramps would make this a cleaner, clearer intersection. I'm crossing over onto the center divide. This is the central traffic circle where they've built a pool. Last time we were here, the water was turning green because they had already stopped maintaining it. Okay, the water is no longer green, but certainly there's sediment at the bottom of the pool that has to be cleaned. So the pool has to be cleaned. But this is what is happening here. It seems as if they're freshening up the paint. They freshen up the paint on the what are these bricks? Paving stones. They freshen up the paint on the paving stones, but the fountain in the pool is not operating. The water simply seems to have settled. So all that green, maybe they added some chlorine. It says Heroes Highway commissioned in memory of our fallen servicemen, and they list the names of the fallen servicemen. But this is what the pool looks like now. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a lot of dirt settled at the bottom of the pool. The water had started to turn green the last time we were here. The water seems to be clearer, maybe because they added some chlorine. But like I said, this intersection is unnecessarily complicated because they've used a lot of crossings at grade. So that means crossing on the same plane. One of the first things that New York did in the early 1900s, before 1950, is to eliminate grade crossings. Because crossing at grade, that is crossing on the same plane, cause a lot of collisions at these intersections. You have too many lanes of traffic crossing each other, and this complication is what will be the source of traffic tie-ups, traffic jams, and traffic accidents, because simple common sense will tell you that if you have heavy traffic from all the directions, especially when this East Coast highway becomes open and traffic comes off the East Coast and converges down here, all of this traffic will be crossing each other at grade, crossing each other on the same plane, and that is the recipe for accidents and traffic jams. So the pools are now, okay, this one is still green, right? The water in this pool is still green. The pools are now covered with dust, road dust from all of the traffic. And this intersection, like I said, Heroes Highway and East Coast Bypass Road, is best served by an overpass. There should be an overpass and an underpass. One of those highways going under, the other going over, with various exits for traffic wanting to change direction. But that is the solution that was employed in the early 1900s in New York. We are approaching the second quarter of the 21st century, and Guyana is building roads like we are in the 20th century, more than 100 years ago. This cannot be pleasing. So the people who are arguing in the comments about progress and their political party, this is not a political issue. This is a common sense issue. This is a place where experts should be hired to solve the traffic problem. That's looking back at the pool, the traffic circle, and the complex interchange at Eccles Petersall interchange, right? The sign says Eccles Petersall interchange. A lot of truck traffic, and a lot of that truck traffic is going on Heroes Highway and across East Coast Bypass Road. Now the other reason why we're in this neck of the woods is because we wanted to see the entrance to the bridge. So you can see those are the towers for the Demerara River Bridge. We're about 2 miles away from the river at this point. So in the distance is the bridge across the Demerara River. Those two towers are actually at the edge of the river. Alright, so what you can see in the distance is the edge of the Demerara River. Alright, those towers are at the edge of the Demerara River, about 2 miles away. And apparently, the government of Guyana has decided to put the entrance to the bridge 2 miles away here on the Heroes Highway. And that is what we're looking for. We're looking for the entrance to the Demerara River Bridge at Heroes Highway. It's going to be somewhere along this road, Heroes Highway, somewhere before we get to the next major intersection, which is Red Road. So somewhere between Red Road, often referred to as Massey Road, somewhere between Massey Road and that Eccles Interchange we just passed is the new entrance to the Demerara River Bridge, and we want to examine it again for its common sense design, or lack of common sense design. Like I've said in previous videos, the entrance to Demerara River Bridge should be close to the bridge, close to the river, because you have traffic coming off of the East Bank public road that wants to cross the bridge, and you have traffic on Heroes Highway that wants to cross the bridge. To force all the traffic 2 miles away to find an on-ramp for the bridge makes no sense. Makes absolutely no design sense. And I want to examine how that is being done, because it does not make common sense to me. So we're heading towards that location. As soon as we get there, I'll show it to you.